Yeah, I had this experience. It more so goes along the lines, of course, with what we're doing, but the influence coming in and trying certain things was very interesting. Essentially, it was in the social world, and I could see exactly kind of what it was. It was all these people coming up, certain individuals from the past and certain things like that, trying to have an influence on me to become distracted. So, I would, and they tried all kinds of things. One of them made these nasty accusations, and the other one, I think, said they were in love with me. So it's like all this stuff. It was like an episode of a Seinfeld, or like just like a comedy movie. It was all these things left and right, endless situations. But I knew that they were all serving as like a influence or something like that, and it was very interesting because one of these little interactions, I remember they asked me something. They wanted something from me. They wanted me to do something, go kind of like away with them or something. And I remember I just told them no. I remember I just kind of looked at them and I said, no, I'm not going to do that. And they looked really shocked. They looked shocked, like, how could you say no to me? And it was just a rather funny experience seeing it. But that was the second one I had to share.
Okay, what's fun now is you have these experiences, and what I do is I try not to say yes or no. I don't use that because that cuts things off. You immediately cut things off, and sometimes it's like that. What I try to say is that, how about this? What if I help you, help me, help you? You see? And so you're asking the question. But when you say no, when you say yes or no, especially yes, be careful, because you have to deal with it, okay? Whatever you agree to, you're going to be dealing with it. And just like me, I'm dealing with everything because I've agreed to it through all of creation. Yeah, I get bombarded, and most people don't see this, what I take on, etc. So I'm very focused, and I'm very determined to, do things a particular way for what's all natural. That's my focus. And so when you do that, then the basic idea is they're going to answer in a particular way. Maybe something like, oh, well, how can you do that? But you see, when you say no, you've just cut them off. See? And they can help you, but you need their willingness. The other night, I don't always tell my experience, but the other night, I was flying over this huge area, and I came down to all these people, and I just said to them, who wants to get real? And several of them stepped up and said, I want to get real. So again, it's not about yes or no, good or bad, or right or wrong. It's not about any of those things. We've been taught those things because they're agreements to being restricted, you see? And the boys, you never really hear them saying really yes or no. They do it in another way to where you're allowed, and everyone's allowed, to be more creative. That's the whole idea. But getting people to focus, because they usually got their little personal desires going, even though they don't see it, that's what they're chasing. You see, Jeremy? So I'm not telling you that it's good or bad. I'm just saying that, it's something like, again, instead of answering their question, you see what they're doing. I see it too. And it's like, hi, how would you like me to help you, help me or whatever, etc. How about if I help you, help me, help you, okay? Or something like that. You just kind of look at the situation objectively, and just like you're looking at a movie, how would you rewrite the script so that it works out for everybody? And you kind of put them on the spot to see if they'll step up, because realistically, they don't know what they're doing. They're just going through their old routines, and they don't know what else to do. So their position, and they've probably been prompted by others, of course, just like the movie stars, they have handlers that tell them what to do. They have agents, etc. And when they're acting, the director's telling them what to do. The director's making the movie, and who's telling the director what to do? So the thing is that these people, they're really looking, that's why they're there too, but they don't know that. So they're thinking in the terms of their old routines, like, oh, I'm a cute girl, I'll go over there and influence him and see if I can get his attention, and then the people that I work for, they'll really like me. again, see the whole thing objective. Just like the movies you see on TV, they're showing you what they're doing. Get out of yourself. Get out of that little self as much as possible. And every time a situation comes up to me, for the most part, and I don't always do it perfect, but for the most part, I look at it objectively. And sometimes I react. Well, that's how it is. That's personal self. It jumps in there too. But little by little, I figure it out. But yeah, see, again, that gives you an opportunity. Now you have buddies that want to help because they do want to help. They just don't know what to do. This is where you help them. How about if I help you and then you help me and then I help you become more aware? You see? So that's like a question to them. What are they going to say? No. Some of them will. They will be arrogant. When they say no, it's arrogant. And it's like, okay, fine. Have fun. Because they're going to come around. They're going to see what we're doing. Just like my daughter, when I taught her young, all I did is focus on this, to get her to see the real side. And at a certain point, she said no. Well, fine. It's like, bye. So, she's there. She's seeing it. But she has to have the courage to step up. I'm not going to chase her. No. There's no such thing as all this family relationship that we brought up. It's all nonsense. It just gets in the way. It doesn't make things better. What gets better is when we're being to being and we're real. That's the best part. And we don't carry a bunch of nonsense. So again, this is where you're creative. This is what Paul and Rebusar and the boys look for. They look for people that want to be creative, not people that sit around and just listen. Oh yeah, you do the NUUU or whatever. That's just to kind of calm you down and help you out a little bit, showing that you want to do something. But they really look for people that really want to be creative and step up. And this is their whole life. Nothing else. This is their whole focus in life. And they know that. But that's up to each person, and that's a toughie to be able to see the unknown. You have to want to live with the unknown, and then things will show up, and then life will share with you. But it can't when you just want your personal self. So again, it's being creative. See, you're having the experiences, but then there's always more to it. There's always more than the experience, and that's in the doing. Yes, Jerry. Very good. Was there anything else?
Oh, no, that was all I had to share. Thank you, Duane, for that view.
No, that's very good. You're wonderful. Thank you for being here. Because, see, it takes all of us. I can't do everything here. I can only do what I can do. And so, and trying to keep everybody focused and to motivate people to just be focused and be okay and share with others, because that's really what it takes for an individual to be aware as you creatively learn to wake up others and not just sit around and suck in the knowledge. Already did that. That goes nowhere. That's the old days. No, you take it and you do something with it. So it's like, why are you going to driving school? Why are you watching the driving videos in school? Why are you taking the driving test? Are you not going to drive? Is that the idea? No, the idea is you're going to drive. You're going to do something. You're going to go places. You're going to, whatever. Yeah, that's the whole idea. Or why are you doing it? Why are you going to school? Why are you learning to read and write if you're not going to do something that makes sense? So now you have the knowledge, so you utilize it in that way. Yeah, you become wonderful. And you bother others and trick them into being wonderful too. So it just depends upon how tricky, it's like the Joker. He could do cool things, but he's still a knucklehead, so he just wants to do dumb things, duh things, etc., and just cause trouble. Well, you can just turn that around to where you can help others wake up and refer to the real guides as a step, and you learn yourself. That's the fun part. I've gone through this process, and I'm still going through it, and that's the whole idea, And as you promote them, they promote you, and the is promotes everybody, so it's all cool, you see? And so we don't have to listen to a bunch of authorities that don't know what they're doing, do we? Yeah. Okay.